shit.
What just happened?
Oh my god.
They ain't wanna see me win, I was trapping by myself, I was getting out the hood, I didn't have no help, yeah. Cause I'm really getting up, yeah. I'ma skirt off in the vet, yeah. And I'm finna flip a brick, yeah. Put ice on my wrist, yeah. I had to get it out the hood, yeah, by myself. They ain't wanna see me win, I was trapping by myself.
The kind of vitamin D I like doesn't come from the sun, but it does come from somebody's son. The kind of
Hey, cousin.
Yeah.
Is it pink?
Yeah, it's Pepto-Bismol pink. Do you want to taste?
Hey, cousin.
Yeah.
Is it pink?
Yo,
Yeah, it's Pepto-Bismol.
yo, what's up, man? Trying to get a little live in here real quick. Let's break some boxing down on a Sunday evening. Shout out to the people in the building. Yeah, man, wanted to talk about some of the fights we seen this past weekend. Let's talk about Zander Zyas, Poo Poo Carrington, crushing cans. Tim Bradley Haiti. Drop a one if you heard Tim Bradley shitting on Zander Zyas, fighting better competition. And then big up in Poo Poo Carrington, right? Fighting an actual late replacement scrub that he was 3 times bigger. Okay. Like that guy, he's just, look, it is what it is, right? I mean, we just got to say it. He's pro, he's pro himself, right? The complexion for the protection, which is cool. But as boxing fans, we just have to call it out. Me as a fan, I call it out. But talking about the to buy or not to buy, Stank Davis, David Benevidez pay-per-view. This is what sucks about being a boxing fan is that, like, you know what, man, I'm gonna be 100 with you guys. I'm not buying the fight. I don't give a shit. I'm not buying the fight. I'm just not. I can't. I won't. I refuse to get exploited. Some of the Canelo fights, they were less than scintillating. So, I had to pass. I keep it 100, man. I keep it 100. I bought Canelo Munguia because it was going to be a good fight. And that's what it is. So, we just got to keep it 100. Now, Frank Martin, Stank Davis is not a bad fight. But, I'm not going to pay for it. I refuse to pay for it. I had some haters come on and they say, oh, I'm not buying a Canelo fight. And it's like, good. More power to you. If you don't want to buy a fight, don't buy a fight. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. So, talking about, like, you see Tank versus Frank Martin. In other news, Ryan Garcia is actually in trouble. It's crazy, man. A lot of these pro channels, right? They're making 6-hour lives about Ryan Garcia being in trouble. It's like they're reveling in his downfall. Salute Cloudy. Yeah, guys, hit the like. If you like what you hear, hit the like. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support, hit the Cash App. But the like really helps. So yeah, man, if you like what you hear from Fang Bay, and you want to show support, you know what to do, man. But it is what it is, man. I like to talk boxing, and it just helps. If you want to hit the link, I always drop the link. If you want to talk shit, say whatever you want to say. Keep it boxing. But yeah, man, these guys, I mean, it's got to be troll business. Their fighters don't make any money. Nobody buys a Davina Hanke fight. A lot of coke from Davina Hanke fans, and that's why they're doing it. Ryan Garcia brings the news, he brings the eyeballs. So these guys, they're making 10-hour lives. Frank, salute to Matador. Yeah, they're making 10-hour lives 5 days a week on Ryan Garcia. I guess he apparently tore up a hotel room, which is like, I mean, is it news? Yeah, I guess. Is it a big deal? Not really. I mean, they're looking for anything, but that's what it is. When Stank Davis, he runs over, hits a woman and a pregnant woman at that and sparks a fire. It's like, oh, we got to wait to see what happens. He's innocent until proven guilty. Then it just shows the bias. You know what I'm saying? And me, I can't imagine doing 10-hour lives on Stank Davis and his legal troubles. a lot of these fighters, the Broders, like Wilder was in the headlines. I guess his wife has a restraining order. And it's like, you know what, man? Like, that's not really boxing to me, but I'm not going to make my lies about that. I ultimately try to keep it unbiased, down the middle, for black, Mexican, white fighters, American, non-American, Japanese, with Nui's in the headlines. He was at the Poo Poo Carrington fight. And, they're saying, oh, Poo Poo's a threat. And it's like, I highly doubt it. I mean, I think Inouye was there for a dinner, an award ceremony. So, people, I mean, maybe he was there watching Poo Poo, but I doubt it. I mean, look, man, Tim Bradley is oohing and awing, and oh my God, look at the skill. This is an all-time great. He has everything, and he's fighting a straight can. This guy, he was Garcia or Gracias. He was De Gracias from who knows where. He was 3 times smaller than the guy. He had no chance, and Poo Poo could barely get him out of there. He was swinging for the fences, and the guy kept walking through it till finally he puts it on the guy. But I mean, the guy's like 27. He's already got I don't know how many fights all passed on this pay-per-view. Thank you, Sub Frank. What's up, Quinn? Yeah, man. It's just like, you know what, man? Boxing got to get together. We had the Usyk and Fury on pay-per-view. We just had the B-Ball. Was supposed to be better pay-per-view. It was a decent card. We had Canelo Munguia pay-per-view. And, at the end of the month, we're getting Bam Rodriguez versus Gallo Estrada for free. I guess if you want to say it's for free. You know what, man? And then Top Rank, what a pathetic card, man. That thing was lackluster. It was boring. And I got to tell you, man, like, it's free. Big Frank, thank you. Impala, CCD, salute. It was pretty boring, man. It's like, I don't know why I sit and waste my time with boxing sometimes, Like, it's a fight. I'm home, I'm chilling. I'm drinking my beer. But at the same time, I'm like, why would I even be watching or talking about this? Like, that guy Teixeira, man, he didn't try. I don't know. To me, I rarely talk about, is it fixed? Like, I got to talk, so I'm going to talk. But I'm thinking of, like, is this guy Teixeira, was he not taking a dive? Wasn't fixed, but like it seemed like he really did his best not to hurt Zander. Zander was landing like 5-piece combos, rocking his head back, and he just smiled. And the criticism is that Zander is pillow fisted, and I gotta tell you, man, he's young, but when Virgil Ortiz was young, he's 19-0 with 19 knockouts, or now maybe 20 knockouts. All you could think is like, man, Virgil Ortiz would body Zander. You know what I mean? I mean, Zander, look, they're trying to hype him. They want him to be the next Boricua superstar, which is fantastic. Boxing needs another Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry. That's one of the best rivalries in sports. But see, here's the thing about boxing, man, is that you can't manufacture. We just learned with Davina Henke that you can't manufacture fights. You just can't. A fighter's got to come up the hard way, man. A fighter's got to come up the legit hard way. Because if he doesn't get tested early on, when he finally fights up a step of fight, he's more than likely going to get exposed. We just seen an example of that from Adrian Broner, right? Jose, let me know it's you, man, so I don't get D-bombed.
Yo, what's up?
Hello.
Man?
What's up, man? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it, man. What's up? Holla at the people.
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. We're just talking about kind of recapping last night's fights, talking about Ryan Garcia being actually in trouble, and then the Stank Davis pay-per-view. Are you buying it or not buying it? So you told me you were at the fights, right? Not to put you on blast.
Yeah, I was on the fight last night.
Okay, yeah, man. Tell me what you've seen. I want to hear from somebody on the ground floor.
I mean, it was like when it comes to like cars like this, Top Rank, they just pull up a whole bunch of prospects. I saw Tiger Johnson. That's another Devin Haney in the making. The Rios kid versus I think, what was the last name? The local kid. It was a really good fight. Zyas, man, I mean, I guess like after the fight, he revealed why, I guess he wasn't, putting, the metal to the the pedal to the metal is because the Patrick Quesada's mom died like around like the week of the fight.
Yeah, yeah. I heard him say that at the end.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have to like not watch the fight, but like the commentary, like I have to like watch it like at home because I left like right after like 40 seconds before because I didn't want to get like stuck in the crowd like coming out. So
Hmm.
I watched like the after the post interview after the when I get home. I got home, but it was a good fight, man. Especially the Chuchu Carrington kid. That was the most entertaining fight, to be honest. Because then after a while, like the Zyas kid got a little bit repetitive. You know what I mean? He has
Yeah.
good combos, good speed. I guess because he's young and he lacks experience, but um, okay, we gotta remember he's only 21 years old. Like he's not. He's still green. He's still green, as they say. He
Uh
don't
huh.
have, and he's not doesn't have a PVC or golden boy diet or golden boy diet. He's actually getting built up. Hopefully he does.
Did it look like Did it look like to share? Was it just a 2 year layoff, or did it look like I don't know, man? It just looked strange, like he was pulling his punches, like he really wasn't trying to hurt Xander. And then the last round, he landed a few hard punches. I mean,
Me and
I'm
my
just
friends,
go
we were
ahead.
actually talking about it though. Like I don't know if you noticed, like he got to a part like he was just like throwing his hands like a little baby, and I was like, what the fuck he's doing?
Yeah, yeah, it was like pity pat. It was awful to watch. I mean, I'm like you. I like to go to the fights because it's fun, but like watching from TV, it's a little different. You're kind of like, man, what is going on? But so you and your friends were saying the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, we were like, damn, like, and I have like my sparring partner, and like my childhood best friend, which is he's not like a boxer and all that. He's more like a casual. And even himself, he was like, damn, like what the fuck is going on? Like, he like what he's doing, like doing going to a jiu-jitsu drop or something like that. What the fuck is gonna
Yeah,
do?
it's like they made the excuse, like Xander was saying, oh, like I mean, okay, to share lost his brother, I get that, but that might make somebody want to like beat somebody's ass, right? Like, oh, I'm like Buster Douglas. I think when he beat Mike Tyson, he had just lost his father. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to go in that territory, but yeah, man, it was like he was like pity patty. It was like a sparring match. That's what I said at home. I'm like,
I mean, I
that
think
was
it's
like a
kind of,
sparring match.
I think it's kind of different, because at the end of the day, like he's a foreigner, and his mom died, and he was like unable to like go over there like on that specific week. So he probably
Okay.
didn't see like the dead body of his mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
probably
see
just
what
gonna
you're
see
saying.
that. Yeah, yeah. Like it's you have to like let people. In that particular case, I don't like to comment. Because everybody deal with the grief like their own way. I respect the fact he was fighting on that particular night when he really didn't really have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, I mean, instead of focusing on Teixeira so much, I mean, Xander Zayas is young. Do you see a future champion? Like, because right now, should he even go for a belt? What do you think the ceiling on him? What do you think the floor is on him and the
I
ceiling is on
mean,
him?
154 right now. I guess now, no, because 154 right now is getting a little heated. We have um, Tenzu, we have Virgil Ortiz who just moved up. We have a couple of good guys, man. Like it's getting deep. We got Fundora. We got the bestages of I mean Mendoza. Uh, we have the guy who beat Mendoza, Brinchek, whatever.
Yeah, that guy's a beast. He's definitely he's
Yeah, he's a
decent. I mean, he
problem.
looks like a beast. Yeah, he's definitely a problem.
The better conversation would it be, and I hate to go like back in, do that time machines and then theories like that. Would Charlotte would it be undisputed with this crop of middleweights? I doubt it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good. Yep, yep.
Like me and my friends, we were just talking about it. Like, bro, if Charlo would it beat at least two guys at uh on the level of tech sharing his prime, or like this
Hmm.
kid, man. Like I would respect his run a little more, but he beat, my countryman, man, and which is, I mean, shit. I hate to say it, but he's not a real boxer. Uh,
You talking about Damas?
nah, banana.
Rosario?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh
Jason
yeah,
Rosario.
that was iffy too. That was like
Yeah,
it just didn't look right. But I mean, it happens. But yeah, the Charlo run was I mean, it was better than the Haney run. But I hear what you're saying. Castano was tough, and he arguably lost that first fight. But we haven't seen Castano since. So
I
that's the
think.
mark of a run. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I don't know, man. He lost that first Castano fight. Everybody knows that. He
Yeah.
got a little.
Okay. I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
He got the triple G1, the Canelo triple G1 privilege, you know, with the draw, with a gifted draw, and which is kind of sort of like makes sense to a business boxing perspective, because it was like it's better for boxing if Charlo wins, I guess. I guess that they thought about it like that, but because Charlie's like the home guy, the Texas kid. You can promote a little more, move into 160, and drop the rest of the belts, or at least defend the belts one to, the best edges of somebody else, uh, Golden Ball style, and but I doubt he wouldn't be like a undisputed champion with this crop of super middleweights. Like
You're talking
if he
about
would have,
Xander?
nah, I mean
Oh no,
Charlo,
Charlo. If he had to
yeah,
go through Bud Crawford, Tim Zoo, Virgil Ortiz, this Boca Check. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean that that and that's boxing for you, right? It's
At the
like it
very
really
least,
go ahead.
no disrespect to Tony Harrison. I respect the shit out of him. To me, he was the best boxer of his generation at 154. I don't mean he's the best around. You know what I mean? But the best boxer overall. Like he's gonna outbox. I'm gonna pick him to outbox anybody else. If he's not getting knocked out, I pick him to win. Like you just don't gonna outbox him. You know what I mean?
Right, right. He was a
As bro,
top
he
level
schooled
boxer.
Charlo. Yeah, like he schooled Charlo in the first fight. Like, he schooled him, and he was
Yeah, he
schooling
beat
him
him.
on the second
He,
fight. Yeah, and he was beating him on the second fight, on up on the knockout, on some Tank Davis, Romero type shit. But even worse, because it was like I think up in the 11th. Like Charlo only won like 2 rounds, man. Like like he was getting hit by that straight right from um from Harrison. Like
uh-huh.
he just couldn't move from him, man. And that's like the telltale sign. To me, it was a telltale signs. Like I was like, yo, this guy, Harrison, I'm talking about, he's coming back from getting his ass whooped, knocked out, and he is whooping Charlo's ass like up and down. He takes the belt from Charlo, and everybody was it was a robbery, but it wasn't. Like it was a 9-3 at best the first fight. Like, and then he got
Right.
knocked out on the second. God bless him. And yeah,
But
and
Tony Harrison, I mean, he was good, but I mean, I think he's shit, man. He's just one of those guys that he's I don't know, he's not the elite guy. Like he's a good guy, but he just was never
he
the elite guy for whatever reason.
he he's that guy who always beats himself. You know what I mean? He's like well, I'm gonna put it to you this way. He's on the same linearist path.
That's a good one. I was just thinking like a Jermaine Ortiz type of guy. Um,
The
Good
thing about your
boxer,
main
big strong. Uh
OT,
huh.
the,
Oh
the
yeah,
thing about your I mean, yeah,
uh
I
huh.
mean, your Benevidez is good. It just after that, Teofimo, he's on the same Shakur route right now. His last performance looks like shit. Like he was just running, just like Shakur, and he left a pretty bad taste in our mouth. But
Right.
Jermaine Ortiz is a really good boxer, man. The thing about him is has the same issue like with a lot of young fighters. They don't have like a defined style. Like they
Okay,
just keep
yeah.
on like trying to be like the jack of all trades, but master of none.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he had a deep amateur career, but guys like that, man, I mean, they can give any champion, any elite level fighter, but it's like they're always coming up short. So I put those guys in a certain category. Slew Isaac, thank you. You know, um, and I don't know. I have a feeling Xander might be. I just can't. I can't see Xander becoming undisputed. I
I
don't
think
think he'll ever become undisputed. I think he has to be very selective in how he moves and moves
I
through
mean
154 and 160.
the thing about Zyas and guys from that crop, I mean, if he gets undisputed, that's a plus. But he doesn't really need to be undisputed if you think about it. He has a country behind him. Just I mean, a guy like Inoue, and the Canelo, there's like a cherry on top. But they don't really need like to be undisputed. There's more
I Okay, you're saying as far as like what Xander could bring as far as star power wise.
yeah, yeah. I see him more of well, after this before like I lose my train of thought, I see him more like a Cotto type of star. Like he's not gonna be a
Okay,
sensation in New York. I see him more like that. Like Cotto was a star. Like I remember when I was a kid being on a train. I think he fought judo.
uh-huh.
I think I was going from my uncle's house, and then we going to the fight. And I remember on the train, everybody was like, uh, let's go, Coro, tune, 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 fuck Judah, tune, on the train, dog. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I said, you have to be there to, like, live it. And also, I was, like, on the fight. I think I mentioned to you to Discord. I was trying to, like, send you the video, but Discord just being, a jackass. Like, you couldn't send, like, something over, like, 25 meg or something. Anyway, and the crowd, they were saying like, fuck Berlanga. Berlanga sucks. Like,
No,
yo, it was just crazy. Yeah, yeah, it was just crazy. I wish I can like let you send you the video some type of way. Like I was just filming like a regular video, like pointing to the ring. I just on
yeah,
the background here like Berlanga sucks because he was on the audience. I was like,
yeah, I
what? Like,
seen them. When they showed a
yo,
picture of him, they were talking shit to him.
no, but it was like from the audience. Like it was a couple of guys like sitting, nearby what like my area. I was like on the left side on the ring, and there was like a couple of guys just screaming that. Then like they were like getting a little more and more people and more guys and more guys. Because the thing is like the gig is up about Berlanga. Like he's just everybody can see like he just a manufactured product. That they try.
Manufactured.
Yeah,
Look,
he's he.
man, I'm a fan of Berlanga. Believe it or not, I look, man, I like punchers. Okay, like I'm a fan of anybody who can one hit or quit or somebody. Like I'm not saying. See, when you say I'm a fan, people think you're saying he's good. Like a lot, I've been a fan of guys who weren't very good, like Arturo
No, I know what you
Gatti,
mean. I
Pardo
know what you mean.
Mayorga. Uh huh.
Like, no, I know what you mean. That's the Oko fighter that you like. Guys that can take your head
Yeah,
off in any type of any given moment.
he's gonna get knocked. He's gonna knock you out or get knocked out. Like sign me up. Like I mean, really, who goes to a match and be like, I can't wait to see a 12-round decision. I've never met anybody in a gym or anybody who buys tickets to fights because I'm like you. I go to local fights. Any chance I get, I go to local fights and see club fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see a fight. Call me not appreciative of the sweet science. So
No, no,
I fuck with Berlanga.
no, I got you, I got you. I mean, I fuck with Berlanga in the sense of he's a guy if you train him well, if you uh get him like the right style, because that's another guy like he doesn't really have a style. He just have like raw tools, and they have like kind of he has good raw tools, but he doesn't really have a style. Like actually, can take more advantages of his physical gifts. Like for example, believe it or not, he's fast. He's strong, and if he can get like a nice defense, no, not like excessive defense, like he can get well like a nice like tight high guard. He can like hike his chin really well, like triple G type style. Like he
Uh-huh.
can be a
Yeah.
problem. Like he can be a problem. Like even if he
Uh,
can, even he can get like a Canelo style, like like one type.
you know what? He actually, believe it or not, what I see the problem that I see is that he actually tries to box. I see a guy who is trying to think too much. I think people have got in his head, you're focusing on your power too much. You need to learn to box. And it's almost like he's just so confused. Like, should I box? And he wants to throw, he wants to
I
punch.
mean, yeah, but also when you see the fights, when you see in the corner, when you pay attention, it's like five dudes giving him instructions, like his dad, the trainer, some other
There
dude
it
with a
is. Yeah.
power. You know what I mean? Like, so he gets confused and he just probably does like whatever he thinks is better for him. Because I think he at the end of the day, he's gonna shut it off and he's like, "Fuck, I just gonna go whatever I think." This motherfucker's done again with me. But yeah, I think Berlanga he's a diamond in the rough still. Like people want to talk shit about him, like me, but
That's fine.
um
Yeah, everybody is. Nobody's on his train. That's just
no,
the
but I
fact.
think he's good. He just can't be like your main attraction. You know what I mean? Like he still has a lot of development. Like I will compare Berlanga and a couple of more guys like and Jermaine Ortiz in that sense of they needed like more time in the amateurs. Like a couple of basketball players, they needed more time in college. Like I put those guys like in the same realm. Like they should like leave the amateur at least in their mid 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at this point, it's like almost like it's somebody that people love, Anthony Joshua. Sometimes I think it's too late. Like I, it's like with anything, especially boxing. Like if you're not boxing from 5 years old, you're gonna be behind. That's what I've seen it
You
coming up
will.
in gyms.
No, yeah, you will
Uh-huh.
be, but it's no doubt about it. Like if you put like your whole effort like into it, that you can get to it, especially when you have a push. Anthony Joshua, the difference between Anthony Joshua and a guy like Edgar Berlanga is their focus, and also like where they're from. Like you're not gonna have a culture along the lines of Terror Squad and like a culture like Fat Joe type pitch. In England, like
Okay.
you're probably
Yeah.
gonna get like Young Legend or some shit. Like
I mean, from like a technical aspect, as far as boxing goes, as far as uh, just being fluid with your punches, kind of your movement. And Berlanga, he kind of has a stiffness to him, um, that he would need to work on. If I was working with Berlanga, the first thing I would do is get him to stop thinking and just let his hands go.
I would
Um,
have get him with a real trainer. I would have get him with somebody like Robert Garcia or Mario
that would, yeah,
Robles, like
yeah.
somebody who actually, like box. Like if you see any Robert Garcia's boxers, they'll have good stamina. They'll know how to go to the body, and they know how to outbox their opponents. They're not perfect, but that's
Yeah, I've
something that.
seen the from Robert. What I watch as fighters, they're more sharpshooters. It's almost like they work. They're trying to set up punches, and they try to land.
He
How
has a
would I say,
Mexican
like
kid
cleanly?
that he has a Mexican kid like his name I can just remember. I saw him on some on Pacheco's undercourt. Um, he got me like Dimitri P Rock vibes. I
He's a
like he
Mexican.
yeah I just can't remember his name, but I got like vibes from like Dimitri P Rock type vibes. Like that like
Well,
going
there's
down
a
changing. Hmm?
Diego Pacheco and Elijah Garcia, but those aren't guys with Robert Garcia. I think those are guys I've seen that are like bigger guys, but they can box like they're 135ers. I don't know if that's who you mean, but because I can't think of anybody from Robert's camp that you're talking about. But I don't. Somebody said Delgado.
Uh,
Maybe.
no. Lindolfo's another guy. Like, I see him being a world champion in the future. Um,
He's a big, strong guy, but I don't know. He looks like he's undisciplined. It kind of looks chubby. He doesn't look ripped necessarily. Maybe that's his body type. But
I I see him
go ahead.
like a more damn I can't even like think about it. It's more like he's more like a less like a more orthodox Navarrete, if it makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Not punches from all angles. The one thing about Navarrete is that he's gonna punch you from all angles. There's no way to prepare for that in a boxing match. You know, you'd rather face
Yeah,
a guy that is more what do you call that? Fundamental orthodox, I guess. More just one twos. You don't want to see some guy hit throw from the floor. Uh, Real crazy wild punches. I mean, they're not wild to him. Most guys can't do that. But
yeah,
yeah,
it would be
Lindolfo,
like
I go
he
ahead.
will throw like an uppercut, and all of a sudden he will throw like some loopy punch.
Uh-huh. You know what I've seen from Lindolfo is loading up. And that's what Berlanga does. It's like he wants to load up. And in boxing, the higher you go, and that's like what you take about Zander Zyas. That's one thing I've seen. I wasn't impressed by Zander, but what I can say is that he's very fluid. He's already got range. He can already set his range and pace. That was one of the things we talked about. But Xander, he's definitely got a high IQ already, and he puts punches together. It was just
Put
a
it
lack
like
of power. Go
put
ahead.
it like put it like this, Frank. Sander Sayas is what Devin Haney is supposed to be.
Okay, I was thinking that. That actually came to my head. I was like, is Xander Devin Haney-ish?
No, no, but he's supposed to be like this pure boxer, but that's how a pure boxer is supposed to look. Even if he's not knocking you out, it keeps you on the fight, like watching the fight because of his punches, like his action going on. He's going
Okay.
in because it's harder to go forward and it's harder to
Okay.
go
Yeah.
forward and like dodge punches and parrying punches than going backwards and throwing punches.
Yeah, yeah, that's believe it or not, that's something that this guy Frank Martin can do. And we'll get to that later. But yeah, Xander, like I said, man, what's his weakness? I think I haven't seen his chin get tested, but he's an excellent boxer and he puts punches together. Did he not throw every punch in the book last night?
Yeah, and something that impressed me is like he keep adding to his arsenal, like that 1-2. He did like a 1-2 shoulder roll, and he did like a nasty uppercut coming up. Boom.
Right. He threw
That,
every
that
punch
com-
in the book. He had delivered shots, uppercuts, like you said, pull counters. I mean, he did everything. He pretty much did everything, unless I was not watching the fight I watched.
I but so Frank, you saw like a good display of good boxing, right?
Yes,
No,
yes.
and what else you saw? No clinch neither, right?
No clinching, no pushing off. I've
No
seen
spoiling the fight, no elbows.
his look. Xander's best weapon is he knows distance. It's called range. He's very good at. He knows the range where he can be hurt and where he can land. That's the best attribute, and it's very young fighters. That's probably the most difficult thing they have is establishing a range.
No, that's right.
But the jab, I think he probably needs a better, stiffer jab. Guys are going to be able to bully Xander if he gets with the guy who's aggressive. Can Xander hold off? Who's like just a brutal stand? Can he hold off who's a grinder in 154? You know, um, that would just bully him. Would he be able to hold off somebody for like a Mexican that just gets in there and grinds and bashes, hits you to the body? Is he quick enough and elite enough to get around that?
Hold on, let me look at the rankings.
You know, That's one thing that Jose Luis Castillo did to Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd's toughest test was a guy who gets in your chest. You know, he's not the most skilled guy. Maidana, these guys, they're gonna get in your chest because Xander wants to be a cutie. That's what I see. I don't know how much Xander is willing to mix it up. Now I know that the chat is gonna cook me if Jose Servino's gonna cook me, but it's like, you know, take Tim Zoo and Virgil. They fight at a distance, but they can mix it up. Tim can get in there and nug with you. Pandora, you know, that's who would really challenge style wise Xander is Pandora, because Pandora is gonna get in there and beat you up on the inside.
I think Fundora gonna knock him out.
You think? Well, we gotta give Xander some time. But I'm saying what I seen is like Xander's a guy who wants to be fight from the outside. Like I don't know if he could hold up for 12 rounds against somebody who's gonna get in there and just commit to beating on him, shoulders, arms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, if he gets in the ring with Fundora, like right now, he gets knocked out. Bad.
You think Xander's not ready to mix it up on the inside? Because Fundora, he doesn't. You know, Fundora is just good at he's good at catching shots inside. Like when he feels a punch, he's coming with the hook around it, right? If he feels the body shot, he's already throwing to a headshot. You know,
I think it's just about a bad style matchup. Like, it's just bad.
yeah. I mean, we're way ahead of ourselves with that, but I'm just kind of looking at what Xander's weaknesses. Like, look, man, Xander can fight from the outside all day. He's very good at range. He probably needs a better jab, but he was throwing every punch in the book. He does have a decent body shot, but he was throwing hooks around the guard, uppercuts. He was getting Sherrod to move his head a lot and countering. So, I mean, he looked impressive, but it's that lack of power, man. I don't know. I just, you know, I when I watch Virgil Ortiz, I go, hey, man, like, is he the most skilled guy? No, but you're not standing there with Virgil Ortiz. You're not.
Man, I just noticed because I was looking at the rankings of 154.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like it's a whole bunch of new guys now. So it's
Ooh, that's who it is. No, let me just somebody Mexican boxing number one salute. Have you heard of Jesus Ramos? The guy that Ruben was
Ramos, yeah.
Ruben Lop? Oh yeah, dude, that would be that because he's young too. Imagine Xander and Jesus Ramos, like, but he kind of likes the box too. Yeah. But go ahead. What were you gonna say, brother?
No, I'm just saying that like damn, Charlo actually got out of 154 with a blessing, man. Like I see all these new guys. I see like the ages from like 26 to like 34. The oldest guys right now is Brandon Adams at 154. That's crazy. And like everybody,
Brandon Adams, is he a young African American? Isn't there a guy named Cornwell? There's like a couple African American fighters at 150. 154 is cooking, man. That shit is on fire right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Charlo's still there. He's a champion in Rhesus, I believe.
Yeah, but he's not going back to 154.
Yeah, but I mean, his name is still there. He's not completely out just yet.
I mean, he's not completely stripped of the belts, but I don't think he's going back to 154.
Basically, you're saying you can't count him. Right now. But what I mean, and the only reason I bring that up is because you're talking about a young fighter like Zander Zyas. You know, you might want to try to rush him to get a championship, you know, get a belt. Because, like, that's the first thing, you know, how you build a fighter, you know, is get him basically, like, the easiest belt you can get, right? Like, you agree?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, no. Because you also don't want to get him on unnecessary mandatories. Because then once you get him a belt, you have to move him fast after that. Like,
Excellent
then you're going to get, like,
point.
then you're gonna get like dangerous mandatories that you don't really have to fight, and then to avoid those mandatories, you have to move him up. You know what I mean? So it's not. But then when you move him up, he might not be ready by that type of challenge, or like you're probably gonna pick the wrong guy on a mismatch, and that's all you wrote. Mm.
That's like one of the problems they said with Haney keeping his belt is like if he loses his belt, there's no pressure for him to fight. But excuse me, with that belt, now he has to fight the top guy. That's an excellent point, man. Like you're boxing. Salute Pounds. Yeah, man. I didn't see anybody on, so I thought I'd go on and talk about the. It's a big fight. It's pay-per-view. Are you guys buying it? Jose, he supports boxing. He was at the fights. But I seen a name like somebody for Zander Mendoza. That's a good match. There's the Conwell guy, the Merital Ziev guy. He's decent. Josh Kelly, I think they mentioned him. Somebody in the chat said Takeshi Inui. So yeah, man, Zander, he's got some work cut out for him.
Yeah, he has a whole bunch of guys, and he also can make like a good fight with Conor Ben in the future.
160.
No, 154. Conor
Conor
Ben is
Ben, is that what?
Conor Ben is he's a welterweight. He's just he just being too lazy to make 147. Because
Oh,
remember,
okay.
he's basically an unlicensed. He's basically a boxer without a license. Like right now, he can box in the UK.
Right.
But
Yo,
like I saw,
salute
but
Isaac
he can.
and Sobers. My bad. I was just
Yeah,
highlighting
go
the
ahead, go ahead,
chat.
go ahead, go ahead.
Uh, Pounds, you really bought that? Now I know you're trolling. But did you say you were buying it, Jose?
What, the tank fight?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Probably not.
Go to a bar. See, that's the thing. Nowadays, they're not even showing it at the bar, are they? Like they used to show it at movie theaters and shit or a bar, but good luck finding it in
The
any
thing of
in any
the thing
local
about this
town.
fight is like I don't really see a whole bunch of promotion. Like I only see a whole bunch of like YouTube ads and shit like that, but not really like promotion. Like I don't see like billboards. I don't see YouTube ads. I don't see I mostly see just like YouTube channels talking about this. You know what I mean? Like it's not like nobody important really are talking about this fight.
Well, it's like, look, man, that's the problem with boxing. I talk about this all the time. If I talk about boxing, is they don't fight often enough. I mean, Tank Davis, yeah, he had a big ass fight, but it was a year ago, over a year ago, and nobody knows who Frank Martin is. Do you know who Frank Martin is? Have you seen him fight before?
No, yeah, yeah. Frank Martin, he's gonna give problems to Tank Davis. He's gonna give a whole bunch of problems to Tank Davis.
I
Like,
think so too.
like Frank Martin, he's a guy. He first of all, he's a legit lightweight, and we all know the Tank Davis. He likes to put clauses on his opponents. He putting on Rolly for goodness sakes. He putting on Ryan Garcia. He's put all type of shit. Uh, on Mario Barrios, he put all type of shit as well. Um, like fighting this guy is basically fighting the IBF title. When you can really rehydrate 10 pounds and shit like that. So
Yeah,
with
I
him,
seen that there was a controversy about that. They said that Tank Davis did put a rehydration clause and then he did it, and it was the actual belt organization that did. And then they said that wasn't true. So it kind of seems like he got caught trying to do something and then he seen the backlash and then he said, oh no, well, we're not doing it
no,
this time.
what happened was when they were trying to like to do that. The thing is, Eris Pence beat him to the punch because the thing about Eris Pence, they from the same promotional company, so he knows like the ways like they do business. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he just not gonna bamboozle his boy. He's like he pretty much said like my boy's not Gamboa, he's not Isaac Cruz. Like my boy, he's not a foreigner. He's not a flat-footed Mexican that you're just gonna like roll over him. You're gonna fight him on an even playing field. And also like Tank Davis, he got a lot of backlash of the Ryan Garcia. Like that's another
Yeah,
thing though. I think Ryan Garcia's money is cursed, just like the Kardashians curse. Like I think his money is cursed, yeah. Because now, uh, his last two opponents they're under a lot of scrutiny. If you think about it, like Devin Haney, he's now being pretty much found out not because he lost. If he would have just lost and taken like a man, like he would have just be respected. Like okay, you can lose a fight, it's okay. But then go
right.
to court and try to get a reverse and then try to like get a DQ and then call this guy a shit and now he's not saying no and now he's like on the side of Ryan Garcia. Like Ryan Garcia was complaining about not getting paid, and then this guy was like, "Oh, same." Like you know what I mean? Like now, like you're on his side now. You his buddy. Oh,
Yeah, I seen that. These guy clown. Yeah, man, just clowns, dude. Like I don't know. Do you I just want to get your opinion. I know some of the chat. Isaac, 18th Street Salute. I know people listen to other channels. You don't gotta say names, but do you listen to other channels where people talk boxing? And what have they been saying about Devin Haney? Because I'm gonna tell you what I see. I listen to other places, and all I hear is a lot of Devin Haney copers. It's like they're trying to cling to that Ryan Garcia cheated, as if that was the reason Devin Haney got knocked out. Like, what have you heard? Do you listen to other channels, and what have they been
yeah.
saying if you do?
I heard a whole bunch of because it's very. The thing is, you will have to understand it's a really polarizing subject, which
No,
means
yeah, explain.
it's gonna bring a lot of negative and positive reactions. And I mean, you have a lot of people saying, you know, uh, not because they're siding with Devin Haney necessarily. They just don't like Ryan Garcia, which is fine. And I think everybody have the right to their opinions. Um, I just don't like the whole thing about like, you know, supporting this guy to get his old back and shit. Like, nah, dog. Like, if you watch the fight, he got dominated with a guy who was not really in shape. Like, he had like basically he was good enough shape to get to a 12 round, and he still beat you. Like, this guy was like breathing through his mouth through every round, and he still beat you. You know what I mean? Like, like, come on, dog. Like, have you ever fought somebody on steroids? Like, no, dog. Like, it's not even fair. Like, I have done it in the amateurs. Like, it's not even fair, man. Like, you think you're fighting a robot? Like,
Hmm. Right. Interesting. Um, just simple science. Ryan wasn't taking steroids. If he got popped, it was for something like ostarine that is really something called a SARMs, but it's just to help you maintain muscle while you cut weight.
thank God you
You know.
mentioned that. Cause here's the thing about Osring. Osring is like the bottom of the barrel of like PEDs, bro. I
Right.
mean, it's not a PED. It's not a steroid. It's more like an anabolic, which help you with a whole bunch of shit. But it's like the bottom of the barrel, dog. Like, it's like, come on. Like, you're Ryan Garcia. You're worth millions of dollars, and you're gonna get cut off of Osring. You're gonna be doing Osring, and come on.
Well, look, I don't even want to focus on Ryan Garcia cheating, right? Like, I don't even want to focus on it because I don't think that was the reason that Devin Haney lost. It's just logical thing, bro. If he got popped for this aspirin and like you're saying, it's trash and it's not a steroid, it's not a PED, then what did Ryan Garcia cheat in? He cheated in trying to cut, basically, if he did, trying to cut weight. But that's not the reason you get fucking knocked down 7 times.
The
Like,
the
go ahead.
the problem about Devin Haney, and it was kind of obvious in the Jojo Diaz fight, is that he needed to to change a lot of shit in his camp because he was getting schooled by this midget. Like, he's
Right.
yeah, because that's something that goes over the heads from a lot of people. But Jojo Diaz, he did bantamweight in the Olympics, so so you there with pretty much a chocolatito in the ring. Like, this thing, this dog beat you, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
and that's something that was a telltale sign that this dude is technically flawed. Because the thing is, that fight was supposed to be a shout out. Like it was supposed to be even a knockout for Devin Haney. Like the way it was being promoted. But he did not come out and he struggled. You know, at the very least, people were saying he was supposed to go to some Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia type shit. That's the way they were trying to promote it, but it didn't go that way.
No, you're right. I mean, look, I mean, I like to think I know boxing. Like, I'll watch a fighter, like I'm watching Zander Zyas. And you mentioned Miguel Cotto before, right? Now, when I
Mhm.
see Miguel Cotto, he was knocking motherfuckers out. That was the difference. And I said, man, this guy, he's really good. I didn't see that in Xander, right? Like, look, man, people are gonna have their opinion. You may think different, but I'm just telling you what Frank Bay thinks, right? And when I
No,
first seen
to each
Devin
their own.
Haney,
Yeah, got you. To each their
I
own.
didn't see it. I just didn't see it. I just didn't. I never have. When I first seen who's this guy they're talking about, he was on YouTube. He's the next Floyd Mayweather. And I said, bro, I don't see any speed, any power. The first two things you look for, I don't see any elite footwork. Like even when I first seen Lomachenko, I said, wow, this white boy is really good. You just knew Lomachenko was next level. Now the next person I seen, the last person that I had that feeling about, like pause, was Bam Rodriguez. When I seen Bam Rodriguez, I said, man, this guy's special. He's definitely next level. So I never seen that in Devin Haney. Even Tank Davis. I don't like these motherfuckers, but I said, yeah, Tank, he's got that thing. He's got that next level. Never
Good thing.
seen it with. Go ahead.
Good, good thing that you brought Ben Rodriguez, right?
Uh
Um,
huh.
the good one thing about Ben Rodriguez that doesn't stick out is like he's not really flashy, but he's really, really well schooled. And something that you're gonna notice is like whatever he does, he never put his head down. You know, all his punches, he's looking at you. You know, his
Right.
elbows they're always on the same position. Like he's a really well schooled fighter. Most fighters, especially American fighters, you know, not disrespect, but they're more like a egotistic type fighters. Let me
Okay.
explain you why.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see, Charlo that we were just talking about. Let's talk about Devin Haney, right?
Right.
Two guys that you will say they're not really technically the same or not even close, right? One is a boxer puncher, which is Charlo, and another one is a quote unquote big ass quote unquote pure boxer. Pure boxer, right?
Right.
Whatever that means. um, Something that you're gonna notice about Devin Haney is like he feels so much of a pure boxer, which in reality is not the case because he's not really well schooled. He just not like he can really like punch with any with any power. When he punches with any
Uh
power,
huh.
it's very much by accident, just like Shakur Stevens.
He
No,
said it's
that
an
ass.
accident. No,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, I agree.
Like
Yeah.
like I'm not saying he's not gonna hit you hard. Like if he catch you on the streets, like you're done. But I'm just saying
Okay.
uh I'm just saying like with all the physical attributes that the kid has, bro, he's supposed to hit you like some Tommy Hearns type shit. You know, like
Back.
some
Yeah.
he's supposed to be Marvin Hagler. Oddly enough, he has the same body proportions, same height,
Hmm.
same arm length, same everything, right? But not the same results because he's more of a egotistical fighter. You know, he thinks he's flashy, he thinks he's technical, but he's really not.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that a lot in like gyms, like lifting weights. Like it's almost like some guys are they're just so into like
They into
looking in the
themselves,
mirror.
yeah. They I think that they call that back in college. We used to call that main character syndrome. You know what I mean? Let me just finish that with all the on the end of the spectrum with Charlo. Charlo is a
Uh-huh.
guy who thinks like he's gonna like demolish everybody with his power. You
Oh,
know,
okay. Yeah.
uh, either of the Charlos, they have like the same energy. And I'm gonna give you an example. When he fought what's his name? And don't get twisted, he got power. Like he's aggressive and he has power, but well, he's not delivered well, and he just think his power is gonna like land and like demolish his opponent. That's when he thinks, he thinks he overrates himself in a way, because again he's an egotistical fighter. When he could have knocked out Castano in the first fight, you know what I mean? He got frustrated. He didn't know what to do. He was just hanging out on the ropes. You know what I mean? Because his power it wasn't working, because he was not going to the body in reality. That was the only thing he had to change. Shout out to my boy and mentor Joan Guzman, who gave him the tactics to go to the body. That floating rib hook. That's a really underrated punch in boxing, man. That's the side of the rib that you can break.
Mm.
Yeah, it's nothing
No,
being
that
handy.
that's an excellent breakdown. Like you said, like with Devin Haney, he's an egotistical fighter. Yeah, that's what it reminds me. Is like he's very conscious of how he looks. He wants to look good shadow boxing, and oh, look what I could jab. But one thing that you know, I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan, but one thing Floyd Mayweather said, and I think why he chose Tank over Haney, he said, yeah, you could box good, you can be that pure boxer, but eventually you're gonna have to fight. There's gonna come a time in your career where you're gonna be in a fight and you got to fight back, and
Yo,
that's
you
one
know what's
thing Devin
funny?
Haney lacked. Uh
Yo,
huh.
you know what's funny? And I think that's something that people get misconstrued. Like, um, whether he's not a bad dude, he's just like a corny, cocky dude, but he's a really, really like nice dude. I'm gonna give you an example. The same Devin Haney, right? You know like how like Bill Haney was like, back and forth with Floyd and shit like that. In reality, he just want to show he's not afraid of Floyd for whatever reason. But Floyd, even though like he's trying to look for love for himself. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan. I think he's obnoxious as a person, but he was just trying to be nice with Bill, because he was probably want to say like, listen to me, Negroid.
Right.
Your song entire persona is built of my fucking image, man. Like, what the fuck you
It
talking
is.
about? Yeah.
Right.
And like and Floyd, what he was just trying to be cool, like just trying to like keep his son away and shit like we. But if it was
Uh
Floyd, bro,
huh.
why you say that shit? And I think he was just like, he was holding himself to say that, because he wanted to say that, and he said that on another way. He was just like, your son needs my help. In other words, he's trying to be me, but you only you only can be me if he if you if you can get it from me, like.
Yeah, he's missing that integral part that Floyd Mayweather. He did have. I mean, he was drawn into fights with Castillo, Maidana, and he was forced to fight. Like if he didn't fight back, he probably would have got knocked out in those fights. So to his credit, he was able to. I guess they say have that dog in him. He found that dog,
Yeah,
and
but
that's one thing
Mayweather
that. Go ahead.
Mayweather fought a lot of like hidden monsters when he was like a 130, 135, yeah, and even 140. Like he became like these defensive guy at 147 and up for two things. One, he changed his trainer from Roger, who got him all aggressive, and to his father. Two was the after that Cotto fight. I don't know if you remember that 20 for 20 documentary that he said after the fight. He was just like, bro, Cotto's the type of dude that he's gonna, he's gonna keep you thinking about retirement. Like he
Right.
was just hitting me like all type of ways. Like Mayweather has like his eardrum busted after that fight, just like Pacquiao.
Damn. Yeah,
No, yeah,
Cotto was
like
a beast, man. Um.
guys like
Yeah.
Cotto,
Well.
they're like
Uh huh.
guys like Cotto's like Larry Merchant used to call them truth machine fighters. Guys like uh Evander Holyfield, Sean Porter, and him, and a couple of more guys. Like you're gonna know how good or bad you are in the ring, and you're gonna remember when you fought them too. Like you're gonna leave
He-
your pound of flesh like on the ring with those guys.
There it is, and that's what I'm saying. When I see guys like Haney or Shakur, I don't see that part of them. There's just some part of them that is gonna get hit, get shook, and try to find a way out of the fight, whether it's by running, holding. Um, they don't
The,
have. They're lacking that part.
the thing about them is just they are another example of, and this is really sad, of the the participation trophy era. You know,
Mm.
I'm supposed to give you all these praises just because you get to the final belt. You know, I'm supposed to give you all these praises because you have a couple of attributes, or you got Jay Prince as your manager. That,
Well, just from a boxing perspective, Floyd Mayweather had to go through Ricky Hatton. Now I just imagine what a brawler, rugged. Ricky Hatton was dirty. He was ugly. He was a grappler. I mean, he
that
would
was
just eat Devin Haney alive. Like, there's no way
uh,
Devin Haney could
that's a
have dealt
good
with that.
that's a great point, man. I mean, one thing he got Ricky Hanna 147, not at 140. Well,
Yeah, no, yeah,
what it
okay,
was
yeah.
supposed to
When you break
happen,
it down,
but that's another uh how you gonna call it cornerstone that Mayweather hit. Cause bro, nobody was more popular than Oscar De La Hoya and Ricky Hanna back in the early 2000s, bro. Like nobody. If you remember the press conferences, even though it wasn't in Las Vegas, everybody everybody there in the crowd was Britain.
yeah, he had like 10,000 people flew to see his fight. They
That's
just
what I'm
did.
saying, bro. No,
But his style was ugly. Like, he was a brawler, he was a mauler. Uh, it was pretty. It wasn't pristine boxing. You
it
know,
was like a more he was like a more refined Mickey Ward.
in one sense, yeah, yeah. Mickey Ward, where he would get in and he wasn't. There was no finesse to Mickey Ward at all.
Yeah, it was not
And,
many
and
utensils there.
yeah, and that's how Arturo Gatti actually beat Mickey Ward, was because he started learning. He really was like a real life Rocky. Like, Arturo Gatti was a brawler, and then he learned how to box. He took on there. I forgot the trainer. He had a brother trainer, and then he started like doing boxing moves. So it was like really funny to see. But yeah, those type of guys, man, there's those type of guys. They come in just to fight. They're not there to box. And sometimes, but that's what Floyd Mayweather said. He said, "Man, like, yeah, you could be the best boxer in the world, but eventually you're gonna get drawn into a fight." And let me big up Canelo. People, you're gonna think I'm a Canelo D eater, right? But Canelo could do it all, bro. And here's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what was the biggest takeaway from his first Triple G fight, right? Oh, Canelo don't have that dog. Oh, he was boxing, and then so the second fight he took it to Triple G. So that's the thing about these Haney Shakirs. I don't think they like what
Oh
you're
no,
saying.
yeah, he
They're
took it to
boxing on
Triple G
ego.
on the second fight, man.
They don't want to go into to the darker realms. They don't want to go into the things that you have to do in a rematch, or if you have to fight a tougher opponent.
Yeah, Canelo, you have to give him his props because once, as you mentioned, uh, he's basically the last crop of his era. Like he's the last of his era. Right after his generation is when you see the poser era.
Okay.
Yeah, because these kids nowadays, they use posers.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you,
isn't Tank Davis is a poser? He really is. Tank Davis is a poser.
Tank Davis is a manufactured guy, just like Adrian Broner was a manufactured guy.
Uh, Teofimo, um, he's accomplished, but I kind of think he's a poser too. I mean, hopefully he proves me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, he's another guy that I haven't seen a second gear from.
Nah, I mean, I think he showed me his second year at the Josh Taylor fight. Like I wasn't expecting that win from him. And the thing about Teofimo, it's like his wins at the very least they kind of legit. You know what I mean?
Okay, you know what? I guess I take that back. He did stand in the phone booth with Loma. Like he did not run. So I guess I could take that back. I
No,
guess
but
I
like
just
thing
meant.
is,
Go ahead.
look at his resume. Like he actually beat legit more lightweights when he was a lightweight. He beat Foreman,
He did.
he beat
Yep, Comey.
Nakatani. He beat Nakatani in his high of his career, but right after he knocked out Verdejo. Uh, he beat
Okay,
Huertas. He beat yeah, he beat Nakatani. He beat Lomachenko. Yeah,
he did.
he has
I
people
guess
in his
no.
he has good
I know
people in his
somebody
resume, bro.
3V. Welcome, Tio got. Okay, yeah, he got the dog. But I'm saying, I guess I was looking for more against like the Sandor Martin or Jermaine Ortiz fights. Like, okay, if the guy's running, then get in his face, man. Like bully him, like push him around, do some Ricky Hat. Like you gotta have way more facets to your game, is what I'm ultimately trying to say. You
Oh yeah,
know,
yeah, I know what you mean.
and
But
that's what I mean as far as Canelo. If you're gonna back foot bitch it, he's gonna hunt you down, get in your face, and if you try to bully him like Triple G, he's gonna outbox you. I'm just saying, like he's able to do these certain things. Um, so Tio, he should have. Why didn't he get in Sandor's face and beat him down? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm being too hard on the guy, but that's what I mean.
Sandor is a guy that he's really tricky. Um, the thing about Teofimo Lopez is not really a complete fighter. Like he doesn't really know how to apply pressure.
That and
Uh,
see, this is what I'm talking about. Like people need to be honest. I'm glad you're not fangirling.
I don't know.
Like you could criticize Canelo. I hear it all the time. I don't, that's why I want to talk boxing because I want to hear people, break it down. So yeah, man, explain. Like, what do you mean?
like the two guys he fought, right? Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. The thing about Jermaine Taylor, he was trying to do what Sandor Martin did. Like get him with a chef right hook while he was walking down and shit. But then he didn't have the reach that Sandor Martin has. You know what I mean? And but the thing about Teofimo Lopez is dumbass. He's walked down these guys with a cross guard or with his hands down. With that invisible guard he likes to do, and that's not the way you walk guys down. That and he lacks, you know, he likes distance awareness. Like he just tried to like jump on guys like when he's not supposed to. Because
Uh-huh.
again,
Yeah.
he needs a real trainer. Teofimo is a guy if he can like invest time or like money on a fucking trainer. Like I'm not saying he should, dump his stats, but at the very least like go to like some other trainers and like learn things from other people. Like it won't really like hurt you. Like I get it, it's your dad, but bro, like it's really hurting you, bro. Like you haven't looked
Yeah,
his name since you dropped Camacho.
it seemed like, yeah, he beat Loma and then that was it. Like and you don't need to learn anymore. You don't need to do anymore. And you got it made. You know boxing, you know more than anybody. And I'm not saying he got exposed because I think he did beat Sandor and Jermaine just because I don't like runners. But yeah, I mean he didn't show that he could get in on a guy and beat him down. Break him down, make him stop running, go to the body, go to the head, it's just frustrating. He's ultra talented, but I mean, we're talking about the fraud. We were talking about the fraudulent guys in this era. So, but I wanna switch gears. I want to. What do you think about the card, Benevidez and Gvozdyk?
I think that would be a better fight than the main event itself, to be honest. Like I'm more interested
Okay.
in that fight than the the main event itself. Because to be honest, I've never been that interested in Tank Davis. Like to me, Tank Davis, he's like a, how can I explain it? He's more like a, he's more like a boxer. He's like a boxer slash laundry money device for rappers, if you know what I mean. Like he, yeah,
I've
like
never
I
heard
always,
that, man. You gotta explain that one. I haven't heard anybody say that.
No, like he's not really that. I'm just saying like he's more
Oh,
of
okay.
like a industry plan. Like like when I
Okay.
see guys manufacture like that, they're more like industry plans. Like
So you really
uh,
think then you're not kidding, you think he's manufactured.
because he is manufactured. Like if you see his resume, man, it's basically well, it's not basically. It is PVC diet. We are splish splash of Golden Boy. Like you have recognizable names, just like Mayweather used to do. But the thing is, it's not working like Mayweather used to do. You know, like Mayweather be a couple of guys that have country behind them, like legit champions, like
Uh-huh.
his weight class. Because they were moving up with Mayweather, but these guys, they're moving up with smaller guys.
Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz, Hector Garcia. Uh-huh.
Man, that was fuck. That was a joke, man. That Leo Santa Cruz fight, the fourth division world champion. Yeah, like, what divisions? Like talking a strongman guy. Man, come on.
And that's the thing about boxing though, right? Is like you can't, and that's what I meant about Zyas, like he's in a real tough place because the champions are really strong. When you get a guy like Tank Davis, he can cherry pick and get a baby belt and then get elevated, and now you're a champion. So people got to realize that you can manufacture fighters, and it's smart. It's smart business. Like that's, I mean, if you were controlling a fighter, Jose, isn't that what you would do?
Wait, what happened?
If you were managing a fighter, isn't that kind of the way that you would move a guy? Like, yeah, move him up, moving away. You can get easy belts. Face smaller guys. The public isn't gonna know. Most boxing fans are not going to know.
Wait, relax, man. Do not release do not give away the Adrian Broner blueprint.
Oh
You just,
yeah, I mean, exactly. That's another guy manufactured, trying to con the public that he's the next
can
Floyd
you believe
Mayweather.
this? Can you believe that motherfucker is a four division world champion, bro?
He's not like, I mean, he is, but he isn't.
Nah, I know what you mean, but on paper, he is.
On paper, but shit, man, like what kind of boxing community or what kind of boxing I want to say journalists or people that cover the sport, like who's doing it that they pass this guy off as a champion?
I mean, the thing is, again, he was on that Golden Boy diet from the beginning of his career, and they were trying to do the recognizable name type shit, but it just didn't work as they expected. Because the thing is, his dumbass also skipped like two divisions to fight Maidana.
He just got his ass kicked this past, I want to say Friday. Flair Cobbs kicked Adrian Broner's
Ah,
ass. Did
bro.
you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it on the
Oh
episode
yeah,
stream.
yeah. Shout out Sobers. I mean, man, that was awful. I mean, Adrian Broner looked like he looked fat. He looked like an old fat black dude, like that had just drank 40s and came to
It,
pick up a paycheck.
if you if you would have put a Cuban shirt on him and a black and mild, bro, that's a typical guy.
He literally just got up out of the stands like, yeah, I'll fight this guy.
Bro, it was a hot second that I thought it was Rick Rocks in the ring, bro. Like,
Right. Fucking big ass head and neck. Oh my gosh, it was pathetic.
no, his belly was fucking huge, bro.
I mean, and how? What does that say about Blair Cobbs that he can't get this guy out of there? Like this guy's supposed to be an active
Yeah, I
fighter.
mean,
Like how bad is
listen,
Blair Cobbs?
not even bad, cause was not expecting Blair Cops to take him out. If my dad didn't do it, I'm not expecting Blair Cops to do it. Like, come on.
Yeah,
If
I
my
mean,
if Pacquiao didn't do it, like Blair Cop is not gonna do it.
Blair Cobb. I mean, Blair Cobb sucks.
Yeah,
Let's
bro.
just keep it 100.
Yeah,
Blair Cobb sucks.
you putting too much on Blair Cop's shoulders, man. Like, come on,
Blair Cobb
But,
actually sucks though. Like he sucks. He's like a club fighter that talked his way into semi decent fights.
yeah.
But Adrian Broner is a decent fighter. Well, he was good in his day. Like you can't take it away. He had the talent. He was good, but his fuckery, his outside the ring activities, pretty
His
much ruined
stupidity,
him.
yeah, his stupidity, because he's an idiot.
Yeah, it's stupidity. It is.
Yeah,
That's
he's an
what it
idiot.
is, right? He could have been probably richer than Floyd Mayweather if he had done it right. Like I don't even want to hate on the guy. He actually made a lot of money, from what I understand. You know, he fought Manny Pacquiao and it made a shit ton of money. You know, it's just what he could have been. But maybe he was never that good. You know, I don't even want to say that. These guys, I've seen other channels. They're saying this guy like you. They're really like he was a 4 division champ. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I mean, just a lot of cope, man. I don't know what it is with these guys. These guys, they cope so hard for Broner, for Haney, for Wilder. I'm just
So
like, bro.
so you're talking about a guy. I remember the times you mentioned, and I remember thinking about it. Like this guy just beat DeMarco and Paulie Malignaggia. He's the next Mayweather. Are you kidding me? Like,
Well,
like,
that's go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, that's boxing though, man. That's boxing. And I want to get back to Benevidez. And I really think, and now I know you said you think Canelo's ducking Benevidez, but I'm really thinking about it. I'm like, bro, Benevidez is just sitting on his Canelo ticket. Like, come on, Gvozdyk is like, I guess he was retired. He's already, I don't know, he's almost 40. I mean, I think it's not even close I think it's like a 10-1 fight. Somebody correct me. But I mean,
to be fair, just to be fair, to Canelo, and I'm not a fan by any means. And I think Benavides is doing a lot of the things that the PVC is known to do, which is get on somebody else's clout,
okay. Uh-huh.
like mentioning somebody like some other fighter, like they tried to do with Inoue and Tank Davis, and so on and so forth. Like if he is the real fighter, why he don't move to lightweight and fight Tank Davis, right? Like 7 divisions up, right?
Right.
Um,
7.
yeah.
It's
So
not
think,
2, not 3, 7.
yeah, exactly. Remember the Brown talk? No 1, no 5, no.
Yeah.
So I think Canelo is gonna pick that game too, like low key. Like they just trying to mention my name just to be like on the run. Because also Benavides is being, I think, the number one contender mandatory. But I think Suleiman revealed also that he has to mandate it. So he actually never wanted the fucking fight in reality. Like,
I mean, I think he wants it, but I think he wants as much money as he can get also.
I
So,
think that's bullshit because he always knew that Canelo was going to go back to 168, right? Okay, you lost your belts on the scales, but you could have fought that Caleb Plan for the IBF.
yeah.
You have a belt, and Canelo has to fight you. So why you didn't do that? You could have unified, just like Canelo did. You were there already. So why you didn't do that?
Yeah, I mean, look, and the last time he fought was last November. So I really question, like, you got to fight often, man. You got to fight 3-4 times a year. You got to try to fight,
And
names
also,
that. Go ahead.
let's just be clear, because I'm not a fan of none of those dudes, right?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that Billy Joe Sander has a better resume than Benavidez, which is facts? Are you gonna pretend that these guys have done like something amazing other than call Canelo? You beat David Lemieux. You beat a manufactured fighter in Andrade, and you beat your best win is Caleb Plant.
Then Canelo already
That
beat.
was a great win, though. To me, that was a great win, though. Caleb Plant is a good boxer.
Yeah, but that's Canelo's leftovers, and Canelo actually knocked him out.
No, yeah, but that's like the good quality of the fighter is Caleb Plant, because at the end of the day, Canelo is an elite level fighter. He's been there with legends. He's a legend himself. Benavidez is not on that level. Like if you peep Caleb Plant was trying to clinch Canelo a couple of times, just like Charlotte was trying to clinch Canelo, but he couldn't
Hmm.
because he kept his arm tight. So once somebody's trying to hug you, you actually like between, you can you can like maneuver yourself within their shoulders, and you hit him like in the shin, just like when Devin Haney was trying to hug Ryan Garcia at on the last knockdown, and he
Yeah,
got hit the worst. That was the last time if you beat when he's trying to clinch him, the 10th.
yeah. Was it you said? No, I think someone else, you or someone else said, yeah, Devin Haney had that bad habit of reaching out, and that's what happened. He's so used to reaching out and clinching
Yeah,
when he
because
gets caught.
his jab clinch or go like immediately to tackle you. A
Yeah,
clinch go approach.
that's one guy. Yeah, he had some disgusting fights. So I think, man, to a point. But yeah, Benavidez is a bit manufactured. I'm just saying, is he good? Yes, he's good. Does he have decent wins? Yes, but this whole that he's some ultra explosive talent, I'm just not ready to buy. And I think he has kind of played the Canelo lottery, or he's hoping to. He's playing it safe. I guess that's what I want to say. He's really playing it safe, and he's hoping that he'll end up getting, Caleb Plant 10 million or 15 million dollars to fight Canelo Alvarez, because that's what
Again,
Caleb Plant and Charlo
uh,
both got.
again, when you have Billy Joe Sanders having a better resume than you can care about two shits about what Benevidez is gonna say or think. Like, like
Well,
I really give two shits.
yeah, I just think he's played it safe. He's playing it safe. He's moving up to 175. He chooses this older guy. You know, he's been out for over 6 months, 7 months. I just don't buy that he's chasing Canelo. He would have fought 2 times already. That's just my opinion. I think that's what other fighters in past years would have done. They keep fighting fights, trying to chase other fighters, and sometimes they
I
get the
mean,
fight.
think about this. This guy's getting a guarantee of like almost like the same level of Shakur Stevenson, right, or some shit, like $2 million per
Who,
fight, right?
Benavidez?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
maybe. Uh-huh.
because the thing is like that's the PVC contract, right? And
Yeah,
I
he's with
think
PBC.
I think he's just fine of making his little money, just to like
Yeah,
just to like make plastic surgeries to his wife and like buy Lamborghinis, you know, and get his brother out of jail. Like I think he's happy with that money.
that's
Uh,
a good point, man. Because what's better? What's better for your career? Fighting Canelo and losing, and then it's over. I don't think you'll be able to make the money
if
that you were
if
ever
you
going to make.
if you pay attention
Go
to
ahead.
his career arc, it's almost the same as Tank Davis.
Okay.
Just like skipping like the baby belts, like
Uh-huh.
it's almost the same. Because one, like I think after he got like he lost the belt for the second time, I think he just gave up to being a champion. I don't really think he wanted to face Plant like never. Because Plant, when he was the IBF champion, he was the WBC champion and couldn't and he never tried to unify. Again,
Yeah,
I think he
people
just
mentioned that.
yeah, I think he's just happy with again with his $2 million that he can make some like fishing trips, kick his brother out of jail, you know.
Yeah, that's the best move, man. That's boxing, bro. Like you said, like look, man, he can make more money probably chasing this Canelo fight than actually fighting Canelo and losing. Because Canelo might be like, look, man, I'll fight you, but I'm gonna give you $5 million, $6 million, because that's what he gave Munguia. Like, I'm not gonna pay you the 10 or 15 that you want.
No,
And
yeah,
David
but that's
probably says, go ahead.
the guarantee. But then you get the pay-per-view stipends, and Canelo, as overrated as a pay-per-view guy he's been,
What?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
kidding,
because
I'm messing, man.
no, yeah, because he's
The
getting half a
numbers have
mil,
been
like
dipping. Yeah, I mean, that's still great, but I guess you know, if you compare to previous pay-per-views, then
I
you
mean,
know it's
think
sliding.
about this. Uh, the most he ever sold was with Triple G, right? And then the
I
other
believe.
one, and then like the most recent one. I'm not saying because I could be accurate. I don't really care about like pay-per-view
Well,
buys
they
to be
said
honest.
Caleb Plant did 800,000, so that's
No, that's
pretty
what
high. That's
yeah,
uh-huh.
that's what I'm going for. He paid Caleb Plant 10 mil. That was his
Yeah.
guarantee, right? And then he
Uh-huh.
gave him the a percentage of the pay-per-view, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
we're talking about Caleb Plant. He's probably making around the ballpark of like $20 million.
Shit. I mean, maybe. Yeah. I
And the
mean, you're probably not far off.
and the good thing about the pay-per-views is like they don't really have to share that with their promotional company. That's like their money.
Uh-huh.
That's
But
why they're always chasing that.
but then that's the part about the whole Benavidez Canelo thing that I just don't believe or buy because Benavidez said no. I said I'll fight for 5 million and he can have the pay-per-view. Like, stop lying. There's no way you're gonna do that. They're just like you said. What's more reasonable or logical? Get
And
short.
that
Let Canelo stick it up my ass, right? Weight drain me. Put a rehydration clause. Fight for 5 mil. No pay-per-view. Or like you were saying, just fight these guys for 2, 3 million, and I can make more. And then maybe when the money finally somebody puts up the money, the Saudi Arabia gives Canelo 100, he's gonna give me 15, and then we're done. It's over. Like we just
I
it's
isn't it that
over.
funny that they were about to like close out like a deal, and they were like, they were accepting everything, and they were like, yeah, but one more thing, we need the U.S. Rights. I was like, no, like come on, like
Exactly. It's just
you know
like,
what I
come
mean?
on,
Like
brother.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I don't really think that they really always wanted to fight. Like
Bro, it's
I
what you
don't really
said.
think so.
It's the Tank Davis blueprint because Floyd Mayweather said it. He told you guys, and you guys want to tell us that Tank Davis is fighting. No, Floyd Mayweather said we don't need Loma, we don't need to fight nobody, we don't need Devin Haney. We can fight our fights and make all the money we want. I think he did say what you said. He said that Tank Davis is a money machine. They're printing money with with Tank Davis. So why would he need to fight and risk taking a loss?
There you go.
That's the same with Benavidez, right? They say, hey, fuck, we can make money with this Mexican. That's why he's on Tank Davis undercard. Why do we need to fight Canelo? We can make 15 million in the next year fighting other people, taking no risk because they think that we can sell them that Canelo's ducking this guy.
There you
It's just
go.
it's pretty common sense to me. Like if you break it down, like it's just common sense to me.
So what we're seeing in front of our eyes right now, it was pretty much happening with Devin Haney and Lomachenko.
What do you mean?
Like, you remember when Devin Haney used to say, "Oh, he's ducking me, blah blah blah,
Exactly.
this and that."
Yes. Yes. There you go. Uh
So
huh.
in reality, it's a little different, not like the same like the same, but as you can see, like they were about to like sign a contract. They were like, "Oh yeah, but we need like the U.S. rights." So they actually spoiling the
Uh
fight
huh.
themselves. The difference is with Devin Haney is like it was never at a time like the time would be possible. But with in this case, it's like they spoiling the fight themselves. It's like you're about to get ass, you know, and you all of a sudden tell the scared, oh no, baby, sorry, I have a girl when you don't really have a, you don't have a girl, you damn
Right.
self, like, like you
Yeah.
don't need
Thank
to
you,
like.
genius of all geniuses. Thank you. Yeah. Hit the like, fellas. If you like what you're hearing, hit the like. Hey, you know what? There's another fight. Tell me what you think. Subriel Matias versus Liam Paro. Or he's Australian. I don't know what I'm saying. Like he's Latino. He's not
I,
Para.
I,
He's Paro. Liam
I don't
Paro.
know whatever his name is. I mean,
Yeah, Matthias is fighting also on the zone. He'll be
I
fighting this weekend.
I think it would be I think it would be a good fight though. Liam Paro, he's just somebody who brings it southpaw with a lot of power. He's like a better school version of Progre. He
Okay.
I'm not saying he's better than Progre or like better version of Progre. I'm just saying like better school. He knows to drop down his head down. He can actually cut off the ring a little better. Um,
Well,
I haven't
everybody's
seen.
saying that Matias is a boogeyman and he's the most feared man in the division. Do you think Matias is all that? Is he the dude?
I think yes, I think he does.
You think he's
Cause
that? He's that
he's a
guy?
he. Cause I think he's like the Bigfoot of that division. Everybody mentioning his name, but nobody really wants to see him.
Theo, Haney, Lou J
Like
Rock. Thank you.
they'll have to mention his name, you know.
Uh huh.
But none of them wants to take the fight for real, because you're not gonna get a lot of money, and you're gonna get probably a CTE. Not means like you're gonna lose the
Um,
fight,
I'm
but
gonna
you're
push
probably
back
gonna.
on you a little bit just to
Yeah, go ahead.
create a conversation. I agree with you, but at the same time, Teofimo did say that he actually sent Matias a contract, and Matias was the one that turned it down. And I do see holes in Matias' game. I see holes. I think he could be hit a lot. He gets in the brawls, and a lethal counterpuncher like Teofimo could end up piecing him up. Uh, but what do you think about that?
No, I think the same thing though. Like he he's a guy. He's a guy definitely who can be found. Um, I don't really think he's all that technically, but again, he's not a guy who you're not gonna get in the ring unless you get paid the bag. Um,
That I agree with. I think a lot of it is like you said. It's boxing, bro. He's very dangerous, and he's not a big enough name yet to take that risk.
there you go. And it's
That's
like,
just
bro,
boxing, man. We gotta. I mean, I know we try to say, oh, he's ducking, he's fighting. He's not like, man. It's still a business. Like you gotta realize that.
well, let me tell you something, Frank. I
Uh
see
huh.
the fight. I see every fight. Not like I'm not seeing something amazing. I always see every fight like always looking for weaknesses because I
Right.
always I see this fight like maybe because I think a little bit of delusion, but it's like he probably gonna be my next opponent on type
I
shit.
think what. Let me just interrupt because I think all men think like that, right? Like when you walk in a room, you size people up. You're like, I'll fuck this guy up, or man, this guy, I better like, he might, he probably hits hard. Like I think we all do that, right? Just generally.
Oh yeah, yeah. In general, yeah. But like that's like the way like I break down like like fights.
Uh
Like
huh.
I look for weaknesses. So
Right.
something that I see from Matias is like I can fight this guy. Like this is me personally. I can fight this guy, but the thing is, professionally speaking, am I gonna fight this guy? I might not come. Maybe get the win. Because probably if I see certain things, probably Teofimo, all these guys see the same thing, or maybe more. But uh, I don't wanna fight this guy. Maybe get the win, but in 9 situations out of 10 situations, right? I'm not gonna come out the same fighter out of that fight. Like it's gonna be
Mm,
a big,
right.
big pound of flesh. It's gonna take it out of me. Like it's gonna be a big possibility I'm not gonna come the same out of the fight.
I think that's an excellent point. I think it's the same. Now people are probably gonna crucify me for this fighting Ryan Garcia. Oh yeah, he's C level. I can beat him, but if he hits me, man, it could be over. He's dangerous. He's just a dangerous motherfucker.
So that's the thing. It's not about like it's gonna hit me once and like gonna break down. No, he's gonna hit you
Yeah.
like a
When you
like
fight
10
Shakur, you're like,
15.
oh, what is he gonna? He's gonna outrun me? Like,
This
no,
motherfucker's
outrun
fighting
me.
like man. He's fighting like an anorexic old man, bro. Like come on.
I know, but no, but I think that's a good breakdown of Matias. Is that yeah, you're gonna have to go through hell to beat that guy. It's just like a McDonough was, right? Like, yeah, you can beat him, but it's gonna be hell. There's just unless McDonough quits, like it
That's a
just
great example, though. Like that's a great example. Just talking about Maidana. Remember when he fought what's his name? Amir Khan.
yep.
Even though Amir Khan won, remember when he dropped him with the body shot, with the liver shot?
Oh yeah.
Amir Khan thought he knocked him out. I remember when when Maidana stand back up. I remember the face that that Amir Khan had, he completely chased his aura, bro. Like his confidence just dropped. He's like,
That
oh
would
my
scare the shit
god.
out of you, right? Man to a man. I mean, I remember Madonna ruined a guy named Victor Ortiz, like ruined him,
Oh
just
hell yeah.
ruined him.
The dude was just
I
coming
mean,
up like the Undertaker. Like
yeah, I mean, actually, Victor Ortiz, he still became a champion. That's how good he was, but he was never the same. I mean, there's just certain guys that'll ruin you.
there you
Um,
go. So Matias is a guy possibly that can do that with you, you know.
I think, yeah, if you're gonna look at the 140-pound division, he's probably the last guy you want to fight. Like, I'll fight Tio, I'll fight Haney, I'll fight Isaac
Again,
Cruz.
Maidana is a perfect example. Look what he did to Broner.
Yeah, the guy. I mean, he was never considered like Matias, this world class boxer. But
Uh,
you don't need to be that. You
And
can just
even
beat on guys.
and even though Mayweather won both fights, Mayweather after that he's trying to fight like McGregor and shit like that, bro. Like he,
Yeah,
he don't want to fight for real. Like,
Maidana carries around Mayweather's tooth. That's what I
yeah,
heard as
yeah,
a
that's what I'm saying.
souvenir.
Oh
I
yeah,
think I've
he's too.
seen
Yeah,
it too. There's a highlight where you can see it. The
yeah.
shot they say that knocked his tooth out.
He posted on social media. Uh, like that I'm talking about. Like I remember seeing one of his how tos, like how to counter the pull counter,
Uh,
and he said like, oh, you drew like a right, like a throwaway right, and then you wait until like they pull it, and then you pull back at the same time as them, some shit, right? And Maidana got him with that, and on that one when he like rock him, that's when the two flew away from Floyd's house, right? But
yeah, I think it was up against the ropes or something. That's the highlight I seen. I
yeah,
didn't necessarily see the tooth fly, but you see the punch and you go, oh, you hear it. It was like a thud, just
the
boom.
thing is, it
Like,
looks like a
holy
drop of
shit.
it looks like a drop of saliva, but it was a tooth. Like,
Damn. Like, that's some brutal shit. And yeah, man, Matias, I mean, when you watch this fight, I think he was fighting a guy, Escobar or something. And Matias was eating shots, and then the guy just quit. He just made the guy quit. Like, it was brutal. The guy just, he is like a Terminator. He comes forward and he's just going to keep coming forward. Like, can a guy like Tio, can he deal with that?
that's a good question.
I mean, because that's like that's probably like an excellent fight, man. Is that style? Like, Tio is don't get it twisted. Tio's a dynamic athlete, puncher, but that's just like an excellent style match. Matias is Terminator style, come forward, he's gonna get hit, but he's not gonna stop.
Yeah, but there's different styles to come forward. There's that mid range to outside come forward that you can see the punch coming, and there is the pocket where you have to be really really disciplined and tight.
Yeah,
So
Matias uses a more high guard, kind of shoulders in.
and
Uh,
and this guy uses Teofimo talking about. He likes to do the risky ass single guard.
he's not doing that leaping shit with Matias. I can promise you that. Tio will have to jab. Tio, one thing Tio does, he's very effective. He gets parallel, and that's what Matias fights parallel. He does not use angles. He almost likes to get you parallel, and that's how he beats you up. He gets you to expose your sides and your arms and your head. He makes you one dimensional. Tio's best attribute is the movement, the angles, the leaping in, but he will need a jab against Matias.
So you mean to tell me that Matias is gonna beat you to get you stiff, to stiff you up?
Yeah, well, that's what he's gonna try to do, but we haven't seen him against a mover yet. Well, have we? Have we seen? I haven't. Just the guys I see him were kind of Eastern European guys, but he was able to get them to make them fight, and that's how he made them quit or stopped them. But he fights like Frankenstein, like parallel. And he
Yeah,
moves a
like
little bit.
like David Benavidez.
Yeah, David Benavidez, but David Benavidez comes behind a jab. Matias, he just I don't really see an effective jab. And David uses body work. And David can move. Believe it or not, David Benevidez can move. He just
No, he can move definitely. He showed it
he
in the Andrade fight.
he does a lot of shooking and jiving is what we call a lot of like hands down. He likes to do that hands down thing. Um, I think Benavidez wants to be able to box, but he knows what he's effective. Now, I think against Gvozdyk, he's going to be fighting a really athletic, moving guy. Gvozdyk is talented, man. He throws straight punches. He can move with his hands down. He can actually punch while moving. You know, so David has his hands full. So let's. I'm gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. So let's get some predictions. I think it's a good fight card. I really appreciate it, man. You know your boxing, brother. You ready for predictions?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let's start with the 18th Street salute. Let's start with Matias and Liam Paro. What's your prediction?
I have I got Matias by knockout, like late stoppage.
Matias by late stoppage. Liam Paro, you think what's his strategy? He has to move, right? Like you think he stands there and bangs, he becomes the mover.
I think he just gonna like keep him away with his lefts, and trying to bang with him a little bit, just trying to
I
crack him,
want to
get
see.
his respect.
Liam Paro's tall, right? He's a taller guy. He's gonna be
Nah,
coming
he's
in. He's
he's around, like,
5'9".
yeah,
Matias actually, he just looks lanky. I think he looks kind of because when he fought Montana Love, it looked like he was pretty athletic and lanky. You know, he's not like a typical white guy, kind of tall, stiff. You know what I'm saying? He's undefeated too. That's a hell of a fight, man. So you think Matias late stoppage?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next fight, actually, it's actually a good undercard. Your boy Adamas is on the undercard. It's actually Gary Russell versus Cuello is on the undercard, but and Megaso, but Benavidez Gvozdyk. Is this a close fight? Is it entertaining? And what's your prediction?
I mean, if Bostic haven't aged 500 years, he's gonna be an entertaining fight though.
Yeah, he's 37 and 6'2". So David will be fighting a guy pretty much equal to him in height and reach, right? At 168, he was a weight bully. So what's your prediction for the fight?
I got Benavidez by decision.
By decision?
Yeah, I don't see him stopping this guy.
Why decision or Gvozdyk gets a few rounds in there?
Bostic is gonna get a few rounds, but his age is gonna show. So I will say like 8-4, maybe
Okay.
7-5.
All right, I think I'm gonna go Benavidez by stoppage, Matias by KO, and let's go to the main card, the pay-per-view that we're all buying, right? Tank Davis and Frank Martin. What is your prediction?
I see Tank Davis struggling. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. Tank Davis, we're gonna see he actually kind of sort of he overstake his welcome at these weight divisions. Tank Davis always have to be a featherweight, in my opinion. He is fucking lazy and arrogant.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not a fan then, I assume. You're not a fan of Tank Davis.
No, just like I hate what he represents.
Okay, I respect. What's your prediction? So does he win? Does he lose? Is it a decision? KO?
I mean, Frank Martin to get the win by decision, he pretty much gonna have to kill Tank Davis.
Right. I didn't even think about that part too. Shit.
But if you see like the last Tank, the thing about Tank Davis, he take advantages of like guys that don't really come like pushing back or guys that do a lot of mistakes. But Frank Warren, I'm saying he doesn't make mistakes, but he does less mistakes than like the other his competition. It's gonna be a little bit of lackluster performance as well. They're not gonna go to war because Tank Devi only throws like a punch at a time. Frank Warren he throws more punches, but he goes to the body a lot. That's another thing too. So if Tank David, that's another thing though. His powers are overrated as at least as a lightweight. He went 12 rounds with Gamboa. He could have
Yeah.
knocked out Isaac. He, he knocked out what's his name? Rolly with a dehydration clause. Like it's
Yep.
Ryan at 136. I don't count it. Barrios with a rehydration clause. I don't count it. So yeah, um,
Okay. So
his powers his powers never been it at 135.
so Tank by controversial decision, you think?
Yeah, by robbery.
By robbery. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I'm gonna go
But
Tank Davis by close decision, split decision actually.
nah, I mean, nah. Come on, man. Come on. What you mean split decision?
Yeah, Tank Davis will win split decision.
So you're gonna break yourself in three parts? You're gonna be a Stephen Smith now?
No, I think I'm giving Martin a chance. He's a live underdog. I don't think
you
this is Rolly Romero. I don't think he's Ryan
what's
Garcia.
what's this anime who cloned himself? You gonna Naruto now? You Naruto now? Like
No, I don't.
I just
Nah,
playing.
man. Nah, I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know what you
man.
mean. I raise close decision. I know what you mean.
I just think this guy's better than people think. Yeah, people don't know who he is. He struggled against Artem Peruvian or something like that. The guy Shakira Twitterson is gonna fight, but I think it's gonna be a closer fight than people think. Now, Stank Davis could end up knocking this dude in the next week, but I think Martin is good. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a decent test. So Tank Davis, he hasn't fought in over a year. He's gonna have some problems. That's my prediction. So Tank Davis by decision.
Yeah, I got you.
And then, like you said, Matias. So Benevidez should win. And that's the thing, man. Like this is a pay-per-view, and the favorites are all gonna win. It's not 50-50. So but yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you coming through. Yeah, always stop by, man. Like we have a good conversations. Frank by
Oh
KO,
yeah,
damn.
man. I mean, that's a good. Believe it or not, that's a good pick though, because Frank goes a lot to the body, and you know, something that if you see the Isaac Cruz fight, uh, Tank actually got hurt to the body mad times. Like
He
that.
did. It was
The reason was competitive, is because he was getting hit to the body, and like the few times I got hit to the head, uh, that's when you know Tank Davis actually has a chin. Because bro, a couple of those left hooks, bro, actually snap his neck all the way back, bro. Like, and Tank didn't even move. He ate those punches, bro. Respect to
Yeah,
Tank.
that's one of my favorite fights. I kind of slept on that fight, but when I watch it again, um, yeah, Isaac was
That's
landing some
that's
bombs
how
and
that's how it
Tank ate him.
looks. That's how it looks when you don't have a fighter with rehydration clause, and that's a real lightweight in front of you.
But I think Frank Martin is a little more tentative. He fought Michelle Rivera and kind of a stinker, and he was very tentative. So, it's going to be interesting because we're saying controversial, but he has to do a lot more just because of that. He has to know, like, I got to win decisively if I try to outbox this guy. Like, I can't be tentative. Like Rolly Romero, they were just like staring at each other pretty much the whole fight, and Rolly was winning some rounds because St. Davis doesn't throw very many punches. So Frank Martin can't win rounds like that. He has to let his hands go, and he kind of doesn't sometimes. But that's my analysis. I could be wrong.
I mean, yeah, it's just a coin toss.
And some people, I believe Gvozdyk is gonna beat Benevidez. You know, some people are saying that's the upset, man. I think, I think that would like turn the boxing world upside down. Could you imagine if Gvozdyk beats Benevidez? Like,
Oh yeah, but
that'd be
then that
crazy.
that will at the same time it won't, because it's like, he's moving up, and it's like, yeah, he hit Benavides down, but at the same time it's like, what's next?
Well, but just as far as like the whole Canelo fan base and how David's gonna get roasted and all these people that said that Canelo was ducking David, it's gonna be over. So, you know, we shall see, man. I think that's the fight I'm most like. I think you said that's the fight you're looking forward to is Gvozdyk and Benavidez. Stank should beat Martin easily, but I think he's gonna give Stank Davis problems. So and J Rock says fuck Stank. Yeah, J Rocks is going with Frank Martin. Crazy. Do you bet? Do you gamble?
Not really.
Nah, you don't really bet on the fights.
I made some money a couple of times. I made money with the Ryan Garcia fight.
Oh
And,
man, yeah, easy money, right?
on the Parker Wilder fight too.
Oh, okay. Shit, man, yeah, I would love to bet on the Sergeant says Frank and 10. Really? Okay. Sarge, is that Benavidez in your profile pic? That's crazy, man. Nah, I don't know, man. I think I would go live right after Gvozdyk upsets Benavidez, and Matias is in a tough fight. I could see him getting pieced up and knocked out just the way he fights. But it's a good week of boxing, man. Are you gonna be around and watch the fights, or are you gonna be out and about?
I'm probably gonna just stay home. Probably.
Okay. You gonna be watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
Nah, I'm a very like laid back type of guy. I don't
Okay,
like to
okay.
be like. I'm not a club guy. I'm not a drinker.
Yeah, man, it's save some money, enjoy some fights, talk some shit with the fellas, and yeah, man. Well, hopefully, maybe I'll do it if I can get a chance on join me next week, dude. We'll
Yeah, of
recap
course, man.
the fights. All right, fellas. You want to get a last shout out? Say fuck Frank Bay, whatever you want, man.
No, that's fine, man. Because I'm about to head out. I'm about to call my
Okay,
dad
cool.
real quick.
Okay, cool, homie. Yeah, man. Hit me up next week, and
All right, man.
we'll recap. All right,
All
guys.
right, man.
Thank you. We covered Benavidez, Gvozdyk, Matias and Paro. Ryan is in trouble. Oh well, what will happen? What is Canelo's next opponent? But we're gonna get out of here. Let me just salute all the homies. J Rock, salute. Quentin, salute. Sergeant, salute. 3V. Who else? Isaac Bermudez, 18th Street, Impala, all the real ones, man. Geniuses of geniuses. JC, salute. Man, hit the like on your way out. Hit the like. Don't forget to do that. Salute Pounds, always a real one. Yeah, man. Ed Dog, salute. Thank you. And man, we'll see what happens. Does Benavidez get upset? What does that mean for Canelo? Stank Davis. Can Frank Martin pull off a big upset? We shall see. And then don't forget, Subrio Matias needs to impress. And we're out, fellas. Let's get it.
I'm your teacher. You have to pay attention. I'm your teacher. You have to pay attention. I'm your teacher. You have to pay attention.
Oh shit!
What are you talking about? Huh?
What you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment,